it's so interesting how I always gotta turn the air down. No, but it's I find it really interesting how my life is low-key starting to make sense. Shout out to Audrey. I always gotta shout somebody out, but it's because so many things like remind me of people. But basically the other day Audrey was like, because I was basically explaining to her, like, I don't remember what the situation was, but I was talking about a guy. Oh, I remember. It's about the story time I just told you guys the other day, the little mini story time I was telling you guys when I was vlogging about the guy and the dark skin and he's fine and whatever. And I was just telling her about, you know, me trying to really be serious with him and just give it like an honest effort because of how long we've known each other, our chemistry, blah 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 blah. And she was just like, you know, you've always been really big on how you spend your time, and like you giving him your time is one of the most valuable things for you. Like, and she knows me, like that's a very true statement. The way I spend my time is very important to me. I've become that way in the last couple years. I've always been very organized and stuff like that, so not really on the scale of that, but just on the scale of like I remember, I think I kind of started thinking this way. Shout out to my friend. Oh my god, have you guys been here for a while, you guys would remember my friend that I went to go visit in Houston, Texas, before I ever moved here. I had never been here before and I came and visited with him, but he was one of the first people that kind of opened my mind, I feel like, to the whole time thing. And he just had mentioned how like time is one of the most valuable things, because he basically was talking about how like time is very valuable and how, like, you know, he doesn't really have a lot of time. He's a travel nurse, so he didn't really have a lot of time, but we used to spend hours on the phone. So like when he would be off of work, like when he would be getting ready for work, between like the period of, you know, him waking up and him actually going physically to the doctors or hospital or whatever, we would be on the phone for like, you know, an hour to 4 hours, whatever. And when we first met, we spoke for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So he had just kind of mentioned how valuable time is and stuff like that. And like after that, I was just like, yo, he's right. Like, and I started being really intentional. So like to the point where, like, sometimes if I'm on the phone, and this hasn't been happening more recently because I have been off mentally, but like it used to be to the point where if I was on the phone for a long time with like somebody and it wasn't like a deep conversation or anything, I'm thinking like, bro, I could have been editing this last 45 minutes, you know? So I just started to really value my time. But anyways, so how does that all wrap into my life coming together? So basically, more recently, like with this job and everything, when I first started, I couldn't really touch my cases, my computer, anything. I couldn't really do anything because I didn't know anything at all. And now it's kind of like, it went from we're gonna teach you, it kind of was like they taught me how to do one thing, and after they taught me that one thing, they started being like, okay, have you turned in this, have you turned in this, have you turned in this? And it's like, I only learned how to do one thing. But basically it's come to a point where I'm gonna really have to like take work home with me and stuff like that, which is not like a big deal, but it's just like this job is very demanding, and it's reminding me how important time is and how you spend your time. Like, it's so important how you spend your time. So like just thinking about, like, you know, if I grab my phone while I'm at work and start scrolling on Instagram or checking something really quick, and then like it's like 5 minutes goes by and then I'm like, okay, cool, like I'm done with that, let me go back to work. Like those 5 minutes could have been used for something more valuable, you know? Or just realizing, like, you know, when you're when I'm at work, just like getting so much stuff done and realizing like, damn, I still have so much stuff to do. Like I have, like, basically what's happening is the way that it works for case managers and everything for us is that we have to have like things filed, a lot of documents filed, and you have to go through each case and find what things are already in the file that didn't get marked off, and mark those things off. And then if they're not in the file, you have to figure out where they're at. So typically if they're not in the file, they're gonna possibly be with the foster parent, they're gonna be with the doctor, they're gonna be with the case worker, something like that. So we gotta reach out to those people and get those documents submitted, and sometimes they don't respond and stuff like that, so that's a whole other ballgame. But that's basically what is the vibes here, like finding all the stuff. So it takes a lot of time, is my point, because I have 20 something people, and I think active, like I have like 18 maybe, but in general I have like 22 cases, I think. So with that being said, that means that when I'm looking for documentation, I have to go through 20 different files to find what's missing and what's not. So it can be a little tricky, honestly, and time consuming, but that's one thing. So whew, just realizing how like important it is. Like, so okay, so like I was saying, I feel like my life is coming together because starting to really remind myself in a more tangible way, aka work, how important your time is. It just like really is making me feel way more driven to be on my P's and Q's when I'm not on the clock. So what do I mean? You know, when I'm not working, and like say it's Saturday and Sundays, I don't want to be waking up at 1 p.m. I don't want to be waking up at 10 a.m. I need to be up between like 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. so I can do YouTube stuff, because during the week my time has been really, like, my time is going to be cut down, where like I said, I might have to take work home some days. I might have to work from the office late. I might have to, you know what I'm saying, catch up on stuff, like do visits. Right now I'm on my way to a visit right now, so you know, that type of stuff. Like, there's always something to be doing for work Monday through Friday, and I used to go to work, come home, do YouTube stuff, and fuck around, sleep, take a nap, stuff like that. And now it's come to a point where I can't even really do that stuff. I have to do my job. Once I'm done doing my job, come home, I might still have to do more of my job, which means I don't get to edit for YouTube. You get what I'm saying? So now it's just become so much more important to, for example, for me, I'm supposed to be waking up at 6 a.m. every single day. I only did it on Monday. And now today I woke up, yesterday I woke up around 8:55. Today I woke up at like 9:30. So it's like, girl, you have to really start managing and prioritizing what's important to you, and really taking care of business when you have time to take care of business. Because if I would have woken up earlier, I could have edited more for YouTube in the morning, but because I didn't wake up earlier, I didn't do that. So now after work, I have to do more work, which means I can't do YouTube, which means, you get what I'm saying? Like, I have to wait again until tomorrow. But what if I have more work to take home with me tomorrow? I won't have time for YouTube, which means you gotta wake up in the morning to do that. Or even just waking up in the morning to finish off documentation for work. That way after work I can have my time. So basically, this job is just reminding me how important it is to keep you know, keep yourself accountable, to have discipline, to be organized, all those things. And I'm just thankful that while I'm getting paid for the job, and I'm getting paid for the job, but this job is honestly underpaying us for how much work we have to do. But I think that the life skills and the experience is priceless, and I think that it's going to be really useful for my future, wherever I end up and whatever I end up doing. So yeah, I really do feel like my life is starting to come together. I feel like living at home is starting to become more uncomfortable. Not for anything against my parents or anything like that. It's more so just, this fucking truck almost squished me. Are you kidding me? But not anything that like is against my parents or anything. I just really truly miss my solitude or solidarity or whatever you want to call it, because I was looking at like old Snapchats and like, you know, old videos and stuff where I was living alone, or I was living with roommates, but like just had my own designated space. And you know, living with people your age is so different because they don't have the same vibe or concern for you as your family, obviously. So it's just different, you know. But I am ready to move out again, but I keep telling myself like I need to stay at my mom's as long as possible so I can travel. But I don't know, honestly, y'all, I really don't know, because like it's not bad at all. Like, please don't get it twisted where it sounds like, damn, she hates living at home with her parents. No, that's not it at all. I just know that like I miss, like I said, having my, you know, my life that I had before. There's parts of my life that I had before that I missed. So that's basically all I'm trying to say. Like, for example, I miss not having to share the refrigerator with anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Or only sharing the refrigerator with one person. That's the type of stuff that I miss. Stupid stuff like that. Or another thing I miss is not sharing the bathroom with anybody, you know. Which shit, like my mom can say the same thing. Like, she probably misses not having to share the bathroom with anybody, because before I came she didn't have to share the bathroom, so she probably could agree to that. Like, yeah, I kind of miss that, you know. But just little stupid stuff like that, where it's like, damn, I kind of just want to go do my own thing or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think that life is starting to make sense a little bit on my side of town, and it feels good. But it's definitely been, it's a little doozy, if that makes sense. I don't know why this car wants to cut me off. Let me not be a dick. Go. If you want to get in so bad and you specifically chose to get in front of me, then fuck it, man. Like, I don't even care. Matter of fact, I don't even need to be in this lane, so I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm gonna go over here where nobody's at. That's even better. But anyways, y'all, I don't really got much else to say. I just appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for supporting me. That was another thing, actually, before I jump off the camera. I really just feel like another thing that is making life make more sense is just how much I enjoy doing YouTube. I think it's going to be a really great thing to continue to participate with while I'm getting used to this job and everything. I think it's the perfect outlet. I think it's the perfect you know, way to just like lighten up the load, because this job is very intense. We're talking about dealing with children who have been harmed or, you know, abused or whatever you want to call it, things like that. So sometimes reading these cases, you'll read a detail and just be heartbroken. So yeah, I'll see y'all. No, I'm about to jump off the camera, but I appreciate you guys for being my outlet, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say for now.
I be so sick of you niggas that contradicting. I be so bold myself, then you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, stepping you around me. Treat me like